Hello mabibi na mabwana, tumekuwa tena kwenye siku yetu nzuri ambao tulikuwa tukiisubiria. Hapa tunakuwa kwenye Intrview na mgeni wetu kama vile mnavyomuona anaitwa Alisha Boykin. Leo tutaongea interview yote kwa Kiswahili.
Nice.
Hello, good morning ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening everywhere that you are watching us. This is Intrview and I am your host, Mercy Nesta. And today's guest is called Alisha Boykin. By adding on that, let's start with Arthur Alisha Boykin. Miss Alisha, can you just mention your name in full?
Yes.
And spell it, please.
Yes, my first name is Alisha, A-L-I-S-H-A. Middle initial L, last name Boykin, B-O-Y-K-I-N.
Where were you born?
I was born in Dayton, Ohio.
And how did you find yourself in Columbus, Ohio?
I was actually living down south, and when COVID hit, I decided to come back home. So this is the closest I kind of want to be at home right now, Columbus, the capital of Ohio. So I knew it was going to be a lot of fun things to do here, so I decided to move to Columbus.
Thank you for COVID. Because at least we can have you here. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Miss Alisha, is Alisha a given name or a stage name?
Given name. Mm-hmm.
From mom and dad?
Correct.
Why they sort of doing that?
Well, you know what? My mom told me that she was looking in the Bible one day and she found the name Elijah. I believe it was spelled E-L-I-S-H-A. So she took the E off and put an A there for Alisha.
Thank you, mom, for that wonderful name.
Yes.
Miss Alisha, we came to find out that you have been doing different things. Mm-hmm. Mostly, we have seen something like math, media communications, where you had like a minor in business management, and a lot of things you have been doing. The question comes like, how did you afford or manage all of those, things around you?
Right. It does take a lot to manage. I've always had a love to write, so I've always kind of been a writer at heart. But I finished a bachelor's degree in mass media communication. I did a minor in business management. So I came from a sports background, sports talk, kind of writing for local magazines and things like that. So that's kind of how I got into the field of writing and broadcasting.
And I remember we haven't talked about the sport since we have been married. Mm-hmm. Tell me something about the sport. Do you like sports?
I do. I like our football.
Oh yeah? Mm-hmm. I haven't seen you play before.
My favorite team is the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles. So, we're doing good this season.
The Eagles, bravo!
Yes.
I could wish to see you one day in the game, and I'm like, oh, that's.
Can you imagine? No, I couldn't.
Miss Alisha.
Yes.
For how long? Because I heard you say you like writing, right? Mm-hmm. And you have been doing this mass media communications, where you have been writing magazines, right? Mm-hmm. For how long you have been writing magazines?
Probably since 2009. 2009. I used to write for a local magazine called The Source, and he went from distributing in Dayton, Ohio to just kind of online. So I wrote for him for probably about a year or two. Wow. And from there, I just kind of, focused on sports talk and interviews and stuff like that.
You have never thought about like writing maybe for the government, like presidential thing?
I haven't. I didn't even think about it.
For how long you have been in the media industry?
Probably around the same time, 2009. So what is that? Almost 10, 15 years maybe? Yep. It's a long time.
Yep.
Goodness.
Because right now we're in 22, right? Mm-hmm. And we have like 12 years, 12 to 13 years.
About 13 years,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so amazing. That's a very wonderful background.
Okay, thank you.
Which, oh. What pushes you to the media industry?
I've kind of always been drawn to it. A lot of people don't know this about me. When I was younger, I was a beauty pageant kid. So I've always been drawn to the industry. I've done a couple of local movies. I've done a lot of modeling for Dayton, Dayton, Ohio area. So that's kind of what drew me to it.
Can you slow down?
Autograph.
What movie is that? Because I'm going to watch today.
You know what? They're local. I don't even know if they're like one. This was before YouTube, so I'm really showing my age here. These movies were created before YouTube, so I don't know if you can find them anywhere.
Let me draw back my pen. I'm drawing back my pen.
Yeah.
We have this interesting story about Alisha's testimony. What can you tell us about Alisha's testimony?
Yeah. So it's my very first book that I published, which will be 1 year old in a few days. October 20th, my first published book will be 1 year old. And Alisha's testimony just shares a story of some encounters that I've had with Jesus as well as with demons. And I kind of bring that into a story, and I wrote a book about it. It actually reads like a journal. It's pretty interesting.
Wow. That's so amazing. And how did you feel to write that book?
You know what? I always tell people, if you're a Christian and you have a walk, basically you have a walk, just like a lot of Christians. We all go through something. We all have a testimony to share, and what I share in the book is just some things that I went through. And I was just going to, kind of journal it and leave it alone, but God was like, no, you have a story here. You have a book that needs to be brought before the world that can help a lot of people. So that's what made me decide to want to do it.
Have you ended writing the book, or you are still moving forward to write more and more about that?
I've heard a lot of people ask me, is there a second book coming? And I think I do. I think I have a second book coming. It's almost like the aftermath. The book it ends with me moving here to Columbus a couple years ago. But I think the book will move forward with the aftermath, because there are, other things that you encounter in your walk with Christ that will kind of, discuss all of that, especially with faith, having faith, especially when you're doing things like, fasting. You're trying to build your relationship with Jesus Christ. It takes a lot of faith to do that. It's not easy.
Wow. I'm feeling the inspiration coming.
Yes. Yes.
Miss Alisha, if I look at you, I'm seeing a preacher.
Uh-oh.
Can you preach, or have you ever preached before?
I never preach. I come from a father who's a pastor, so I am what you call a PK kid. Yeah. So it's something in there, something motivating in there.
That's so amazing. That's why you have this, this preaching thing in you, because it is not easy to write the book like that one. Because I know there is a lot of people out there that they're passing through the same situation you're passing in, but they're very shameful.
Yep.
And they don't have that audacity of like, hey, we can stand in public and this is what we can do.
Right.
But ladies and gentlemen, Miss Alisha,
Yes.
she's here and she has come to the public, which means you can still come.
Absolutely.
Miss Alisha, what is your last word to the people?
My last word is don't let fear get in the way. If you're working on something and you feel like you stop and start it, just continue it out. Let the Lord lead you. Finish what you started. You're going to feel really good when you do.
How can people find you?
Yes. You can check me out on social media. I have a Twitter page. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. On Instagram, if you search for Letters to My Sister Official, that's how you'll find me on Instagram.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was an interview with the author, Alisha L. Boykin. Remember, this is MNTV1, and I'm always your host. Miss Alisha, it has been a pleasure having you here at MNTV1, and we are hoping to see you at the red carpet.
Thanks. I would love to. That would be fun. I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry I have painted my hands.
I see.
That I don't want to shake you anymore.
But we can dab. There you go.
Thank you so much, Miss Alisha.
Thanks for having me.
Have a blessed day.
You too.